All right, in this small video cast, I'm going to show you how would you capture the changes that you made to a DEIMS content type and added them to the to a pull request for the DEIMS developers to consider. Okay, so it can be done in many ways. I suggest that you use this way. You integrate with existing features, so it is easier for the new users to get all the benefits. So let me share the screen and go there. All right, so in a related video, I used example of adding in the person content type a new field, and it was the ORCID. So I added this ORCID field, which serves to identify some researchers, some people. And I added, like I said, to the person content type, right? Here is the ORCID. That's how it's displayed, and this is the kind of field that I added. But so now I want to add, so I need to do two things. I need to recreate the person content type feature. So I go to the features, structure features, right there, and I'm going to see all the features that are in the system. Now we are going to see how the person content type or the DEIMS person feature is overridden with these new changes, right? It is right here. The system is being checked. So I'm going to recreate this feature. Okay. When you're going to, pretty soon, I'm going to see how it's going to be overridden. Okay. Okay, so it's overridden. I'm going to recreate it. I click on recreate, and I'm going to get an interface or a form that is going to detect some of the changes, hopefully all of them. Otherwise, I will walk you a little bit through it. So I'm not going to touch this. The name of the feature is going to be the same. That way, it will be easier to commit to GitHub. And here are the things that the fields that of the content of this content type. I don't see the ORCID in here, you see, and because of that, I'm going to add it manually. That is kind of the main change. There will be also maybe some dependencies here on how it's rendered, but for the most part, what we want to do is see about the display suite settings, if there is something new, or the display's layout settings. Nothing new there. We're gonna go to field, and I'm gonna see that there is a new field. It's called node person field ORCID. So I'm gonna check this in, and that's gonna push the field into this area on the right. That's what this box represents, what is contained in here. So you see now I added the new field, and it is right here placed, and that is great. I didn't need to do any changes in the layout. Apparently, the next thing, let me see, what else could have been changed by this action? Search index, taxonomy, views, none of that has been changed. So I believe that that is the only change that we need to do. All right, so now that we added that field, that's gonna be, I'm gonna push download feature. It's gonna pack it into a module. The module feature packs this whole content type DEIMS person into a separate module, which is going to be downloaded. It's going to be in the downloads page. I have it here. I'm gonna push show in folder. Okay, so far this is the easy part. The other thing that I need to download is the other change that I made, which is to the template of the template that we used, right? So we used a template right here. It's in this path, and we made a change. We added this one line to the email node person. So this little template, we added this line. So this is the only two files that have changed, the DEIMS person. All right, so that's great. Now, let me go to where this is where the repository is. So here is the root of the repository. I can say git status. It says that I am in the root branch, in the master branch. It's not a master, but it is the Drupal master branch. And it's up to date. And just it has all the the site within, but we don't want to add that. What we want to do is first I'm going to upload the module that I just downloaded, and so I'm going to upload it, and it says that it's uploaded. All right. And so if I go to modules, I have features. Let's see if I can make this a little bigger, so you can see what I'm doing. When I go to settings, and I'm going to increase the fonts by using perhaps 16 points, something like that. All right, so at this point, I'm going to use the command line to commit things to GitHub. All right, so I'm in the modules features under the GitHub repo, and I see that the DEIMS person, right? DEIMS person, that's the one that we are changing. And what I'm going to do is I'm gonna, and there are many ways to do this. I'm gonna uncompress the module that I just uploaded in here. Okay, so now I'm gonna compare things. So for example, the files under here have these many lines, right? And the files under the uncompressed new module have these many lines. So in essence, the field group has changed, the features field.inc has changed, and the .info file has changed, but not the strong arm has not changed. The views actually has changed, but I'm not gonna touch it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move the, you can, to be safe, you can examine the contents, but I'm gonna move the field here, and then I'm gonna move the field group, I guess, yeah. And start field group here. And finally, I'm going to move, let me see, the .info file, it looks like. The .info and that's it, because I don't want to touch this one. Okay, so I'm going to move the .info file here, and then I'm going to remove, the rest of the files are the same. That goes away. I should have created a branch first. All right, okay. Let me remove that. If I made all these changes, I should have created a branch, because if I say git status, it's going to tell me that these three fields have been modified. So let me move those files to temporarily to the temp to that folder I just created, and move. So basically, I skip a step, which is create a branch, a new branch. That is to ban. So I move this there, and then I'm gonna copy the original files. The original files here. Files. Okay, DEIMS, modules, features, DEIMS, person, and features. Link here, and the info. Okay. We put here, and finally, info. Okay, so if I do git status now, the only thing that has changed is a new folder. So I'm going to create a branch by saying git. And I know that there is a issue in GitHub. The issue is the number 152, a new field in person for ORCID. So create branch. So I create a new branch, 152, add field ORCID. Okay. And then I'm gonna check out that branch. So I'm gonna put myself in that branch. And now that I did that, then I can move everything in the person here and remove temp directory. All right, so now I'm in business. I have my modifications here. The last thing I want to do also is do one more change to the EML module. So I'm going to go to custom EML templates, and I'm going to overwrite the existing template for the node person with the one that I've been working on, which is here. All right, so profile DEIMS, custom EML, and it's person. Wait, here, and if I do git status, it's going to tell me that there are 3 files that have been changed. 4, sorry. So let's commit all those changes. Now remember, okay, let's commit all those changes by issuing following status. Okay, name that's A, that's M, adds ORCID field, and that's, you know. All right, so I did that. It says that it has changed all these files and so on and so forth. So now I want to push this, git push origin, this branch back to the repo, and I'm going to do a little bit of pushing. And it has been created a new branch in the original repo. So now I can go back to GitHub. All right. And you see that less than a minute ago, we added this new branch. And I'm going to do a pull request. Okay. Here's the ID field pull request. This says that, and then I'll ask my friends to check that this code is good. So that's basically, there are a few files that have been changed, and here it explains the nature of the changes. It's a template file, just one line of code. And then this is the actual field added. And this is the formatter for the EML. You see, and there is a bit of changes because I added a new field. The weights of where they are displayed, they are a little changed. There is actually descriptions, translatable strings for the internationalization framework. And then there is a few more things that the features module need. So that's all. That's how you would do it. That's the best, well, not the best, but one way that you can do in order for new users to use, to have everything working out of the box without having to go through hoops. All right, good night.